Welcome His Excellency the National Anthem. The 11th day, the 11th month, year 2000, to receive the members of the Executive Committee of E-Banking Industry is led by the Chairman, Committee of E-Banking Industry. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ayotunde Bukuni. Excellency, the Governor of Akwa Ibom, Secretary to the Akwa Ibom State Government, Sir Etekama Umar, Head of the Civil Service of Akwa Ibom State, Mrs. Ekenabo M. Akwanis of the board, and I please request that they all rise so with me. The heads of extra ministerial department here, please rise. Technical Committee on Foreign Direct Investment, gentlemen of the press, please rise and make his remarks of this event.
The pleasure here today to visit this lovely city of Uyo in Akwa Ibom State. For me, it's not my first time in the state. It's about my fourth time. Well, I think the last time I was here was about 10 years ago. And the excellent work that I have seen, and this is by not plain singing, is nothing compared to what I've seen. Thank you for hosting us. We are here just to pay a courtesy call onto the governor and onto the members of the executive. Our committee of E-Banking Industry Heads, is made up of heads of electronic banking in all the banks in Nigeria today. The committee started in 2008, was an initiative of a couple of E-Banking Industry Heads, and the objective of the committee is to foster the growth of electronic payment in Nigeria as a whole. So what we do is come together, we play an advocacy role with the Central Bank of Nigeria to ensure that electronic payment is entrenched and the growth of it is enhanced in our economy. Central Bank of Nigeria a couple of years back started with a cashless policy. This policy cannot go on its own without the support of the banks. This policy cannot also go without the support of the populace. Our role as E-Banking Industry Heads is also to educate the public, let them know the benefits. Today, average interest rate to individuals is probably about 19-21%. When we have full financial inclusion, which is one of the things that cashless is meant to enhance, average lending rates in the market will probably become a single digit. And these are the things that will also foster the growth of our economy as a whole. Today, we all know what is happening to the price of oil money, as we call it, in the banking balance, which is very scarce. With a reduction in interest rates and lending rates to consumers, other industries can then probably also grow. These are the benefits of the cashless society. These are the benefits of the financial inclusion strategy of the Central Bank, which we also, from the perspective of Committee of E-Banking Industry Heads, assist in pushing for. I believe that with the excellent transformation that I personally have seen in Akwa Ibom, the other thing to probably also adopt would then be electronic commerce, would then probably be electronic payment. This will give visibility into tax collections, which can then be used for further development of the state. And honestly, that's what Committee of E-Banking Industry Heads stands for. We are here as a pre-visit because we've seen the good work that's been done in Akwa Ibom. We hold an annual retreat of the committee, and the next retreat we want to have it here between the 3rd and the 4th of December 2015. Our role also includes ensuring that we entrench global best practice in electronic payment. At the end of the day, not only will the economy of Akwa Ibom benefit from it, but the economy of the entire nation will also benefit from electronic payment. Thank you very much, sir. That's why we are here. Thank you.
That's a big courtesy call. The state where His Excellency the Governor is actually a banker par excellence. I think it's actually very instructive. Can we give that gentleman a round of applause? After having listened to the chairman of the council, respectfully invite to give a response. His Excellency.
Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor, Commissioners, the Permanent Secretaries, this banking industry. The Chairman Committee of the Banking Industry in Nigeria, Mr. Yotunde Kumi, the Vice Chairman, Mr. Dele Ndenke, the only lady in the team, Mrs. Uju Ume. I want on behalf of the good people and government of the Bible State, welcome you to this beautiful state. I'm happy when you just mentioned that you were here 10 years ago. And to us, 10 years, a decade, is too long a time for you to start. As far as we are saying, you are not here. So this is your first time. Because I want to believe by the time you come, if you wait for another 10 years to come here, it could be meeting another Singapore in Africa. I believe me when I got the notice that you want to do your retreat in Akwa Ibom. I tried everything possible to encourage people to long run. There's no country in the world, if you're facing development the way we're facing, you can only partner with financial institutions. And by the time you mentioned, especially in this modern world, I got a message probably because of my relationship then with some key members of the financial services in China. Some group of people who went to China, and you can't believe, trust Nigerians. They wanted to go and buy US food for Christmas. And they carry so much cash, and they did not declare. You know, in China, if they say this pen is red and you call it black, this gel is gel, no matter who you are. No matter the level of bleeding, they finish confiscating the money before they call me. And unfortunately for them, because they handed over the case to can sparingly pick a little bit of English. So all the English I spoke on phone, the guy couldn't understand me. So they confiscated the money. First person I had to do was in this modern world, life travel. So even right here, we have a whole lot to do with our people, which is why immediately we mentioned that, because it will be so easy for me if I can let the society here go plastic. You can imagine how much I can help our people with, plastic money. Because what is money? Money is just a means of export. This barrel can be done on. So if I come in to give them a plastic card, they can easily pick TV, refrigerators and so on. What I'm experiencing today, where somebody is just going simply because he wants to sell his goods, comes and start getting deductions from people's salary will not definitely happen. Because they don't need that. All they need. I take for example, there was a day I was flying British Airways. And they overbooked British Airways first class cabin. And I went late, thinking that I had a seat, I had a first class cabin ticket. By the time I got there, they said, sorry, they had about 2 women that were carrying babies of 5 weeks. If you guys coming in, nobody will tell you, don't bother to argue. Do you know, for just for me to step aside, they gave me just a card. And inside that card was 100 pounds. You understand? I now spot the difference. If I were to be given cash of 500 pounds, probably I wouldn't have even bothered going to queue for it. But because of the convenience, so irrespective of your level of the society, because I'm going to be over a visa card for 500 pounds. That 500 pounds, I kept it, I did the next trip, and I started it into the machine, and 500 pounds came out. So it made it so convenient without easily moving cash. The wealth I can create, you can imagine in a society like this where all civil servants go past with consumer credit union and so on. And I want to create that kind of situation where my people live for tomorrow. The reason the American economy is so robust is because this is November of 2015. People are already living the life of January 2017 in America. Some of them finished living the 2016 life. Why? Because they believe that tomorrow will always be better than today. So they live on credit. And the economy is booming. And people have the purchasing power. So it's a retreat that probably before you could leave, I will discuss with the head of civil service. If probably few of the civil servants, especially those in the cooperatives, can also have fun. Because very soon we'll go back to the cooperative in terms of commodity purchasing. And the only area I can let that flow will be through plastic money, where people can hold anything and they can exchange for goods and services. You can't beat that anywhere. It's something that we really want to take at the next phase for our blueprint of administration. We couldn't rush that at this initial stage. Why we couldn't rush it is because we still have some levels of automation to do in the civil service and in the society at large. But believe me, I welcome you guys in here. And let me also use this opportunity to do a twist that for the fact that you are the chairman of this committee of e-banking, and EcoBank is everywhere, in Nigeria and West Africa, everywhere. EcoBank must do something in the Bible, not just having a brand. So we hope to partner with you people. It's not something much. Tell all your bankers that we come. Even if they come with 2 or 3 Hilux vehicles, you help us to our brand. We all contributed this to the industry. In those days, I know how much we did. People at times we needed to do bankers. If we can build that as people will be coming on 10th of December, and look, this stage we are doing, we also want to make a map. We're happy with what we see in that stage. Let's go with at least 2 Hilux vehicles for this stage. By 23 pounds will be coming here, half of 6 vehicles. So I'm sure I should be able to cover the state much more, protect the banks, and I'm happy we don't receive any report of recent either your banks being hit or any sort of mishap within your city. We really try to make sure we create that enabling environment for people to do business peacefully. At the same time, we are not losing sight of the fact that there is no economy, there is no community in the whole world that is 100% crime-free. So we'll try at least make sure we create that environment for people to do businesses. And there's still a whole lot to do. These days people are talking about, e-banking all over the place. So you don't even need to break and mortar any longer. Virtual banking everywhere. So let my people also have access to some of this. I've had discussions with the Nigerian Pension Commission. Take for example, if I have a permanent secretary who is going to be on pension, though we are yet to move to contributory pension, who knows that in around 15 years, when he gets on the permanent secretary, his contributory pension will be like 15, 20, 30 million. Why can't you make that 20, 30 million available to him? Because the time value of money today cannot be compared to what he will collect at the end of 15 years. So he will start to get a plan towards his retirement 15 years from today. So by the time he gets to the 15th year, the 20 million will have collected at 15 million. Then you can imagine how much that will reduce the pressure. Because by the time he gets it, he will have finished training all his children. We're just going to take care of his physiological needs and basic things of life. And that will really reduce the blood pressure of that person, rather than the current trend. Because I just discovered people wait, once they retire, they give them a gratuity. That's when they think of building a house. You put pressure so much on them. And some of them will be receiving training under their grandchildren. So we can actually help people to plan their finances against the future. And that will really, really help. This I'm discussing with the Nigerian Pensions Commission. They said that we should be able to, first of all, join the contributory pension scheme. I hope by next year I should be able to convince the workforce in Akwa on the advantages of contributory pension. That is the best any individual can think of for the future. But if I fail to convince them, I will keep your products for now and try again next time. But if I can convince them, knowing fully well that we can plan together, because our focus is to really make sure we create wealth for our people. We make our people live well. And you don't just make somebody live well while he's in service. And once that person leaves service, the person can't even buy drugs. Because that's the age they need more of medical attention. So like I don't tell you of medical, and I just look at it and say, no, this does not happen in modern world. We need to help our people plan their finances into the future. So I hope with your committee retreat here, we should be able to go a whole lot more, and so many other areas too that we'll be able to partner. I thank you for choosing Akwa Ibom to come at this point in time. You're not missing with. I'm sure because people know the governor has the hat for financial services. That's why you are here. But please come with a bouquet of products and services that my people will be excited to actually run with you. And so many other areas. But let me also mention something here. There have been some complaints of recent on the BVN. There are some people that did the BVN early this year. I don't know what happened with NIPS. So you guys need to talk to NIPS. Some of them went back, they could not draw money in the past 2 weeks. Their data could not be found. Either the system are reading the initial data, or probably when they were pulling due to extension of dates, that would have had some issues. I've had some complaints where even some civil servants could not access their salaries because after they did the BVN, something was a problem or something. Either it's being overridden, or it could be the system, and at the time they did it, the system did not totally pick their fingerprints. Maybe it's not well printed and you can just reject. And computers didn't go to school. If it doesn't meet the command, it's total rejection. So there have been some pockets of complaints that we've been, but I think the internal company should also devise a means to take care of that, because it will take time for you to recapture and get them on. So let them devise a means where they can also verify this people manually. There should be like an incident form, which they can actually fill, so that if CJ inspectors come and say, why are you still doing this? They can actually see that, look, your BVN failed. Because I don't want to my people cannot access the little money that they have. These are some of the complaints they have. But by and large, I must also give you guys credit. When we try to actually upload the system from NIPS, I could get everything. Once you put in somebody's BVN, the biometrics, the photograph, was just fantastic. And only God knows how to play with those data when time comes. I'm trying to pull all the data together to give me a whole lot of planning space for my people. Once I finish right now with people, I'm moving to the career convention. So that I go, because the practice we also have now, based on probably the same people have, if you move salary to a bank, that bank starts moving to another bank. It shouldn't be. At the touch of button from one point, I should spread across all the three banks in the country without lifting everything. And that means that every single individual can draw my salary same minute. So if I collect alert, you should be able to collect that same minute. Not where somebody gets an alert today, another person gets tomorrow, another person gets 2-3 days time. These are areas I actually want to eliminate and make sure these are seamless services. But above all, even if you delay the alert, make the credit cards available for people. And let them also have that culture. You see, the culture of plastic money is not so much here. You see here people coming for cash when they want to travel. People need to do a whole lot of education to tell the people that the same value of that cash you're carrying is what they have in the card. And also make sure there's a line of communication with you. Why are they so frustrated? Because when they take the card outside, they try to bring the card. Some people forget to activate the cards. Some of them forget even also the features of put on the car. Like, look, if I draw more than 2 times a day, don't allow me. Because I've had a situation where somebody was calling me, had a limit not to draw more than 5,000 on the car. And